Hey y'all, welcome back to Just a Girl Talk. My name is Janine for those who are new here. If you are new, please be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. So I want to talk about something that is important to me, and I want to help the girls out, right? I'm a wife. I have been a wife. This year be 8 years, and I am grateful, right? But something that comes up a lot that people don't realize is this idea that you just become a wife when you get married, and that is not true. That is not true at all. You have to be preparing yourself, your mind, your behaviors, your actions, all those things to align yourself with what a wife would be like and the type of wife that you want to be. So a few months ago, I talked about this on my TikTok. I talked about how I'm raising my daughter to be a wife. And the girls were in an uproar. They were like, what do you mean? She's only a baby. Why are you trying to make her have a husband? She don't need no man. Just that whole, like, why are y'all trying to wish singleness on my baby, right? And when I say raising her to be a wife, right, what that means is just building characteristics that that a young woman should have, that when she gets older to be a grown woman, a woman out in the world, that she will possess the qualities and characteristics that it takes to be a wife. So when the day that her husband finds her a good man that God sends her way, she will be ready, right? Because a lot of times we think that this stuff is just like super simple, and don't get me wrong, these characteristics are very simple things that I would consider simple for someone else. It may not be, right? Qualities such as being compassionate, being nurturing, being loving, being respectful, having morals, having dignity, being empathetic, being selfless, right? That quality right there, that characteristic of being selfless, is something that we might think is very simple to have, but it is not. There's a lot of selfish people, and a lot of people are raised that way, right? They are not raised to be considerate, to be think about other people than themselves, right? And that's something that is valuable and very key in marriage. You have to be a selfless person. It can't always be about you, and it will not always be about you, right? Are there moments where you have to think about you to make sure that your family is good? Absolutely, right? But at the core of it, it's not all about me. I can do what I want to do. And I think I want women to understand that it is a transition going from being single to being a wife. It is. It's a big transition because it's now you and someone else. But who you are to the core, how you are as far as how you conduct yourself, that shouldn't change, right? If you start to align yourself with people, places, things, your mind starts to, carry yourself like, how would a virtuous woman carry herself? Right? When I do meet my husband, what do I want him to think about me? Because I said this before, a lot of women don't realize that the husband that you say you want and that you can't find, or a guy has not sent your way yet, he probably came and he kept on moving. You know why? Because you weren't ready, right? You were not ready to receive him. And we often don't realize that a lot of things can be presented to us that we don't even know what was right in front of our faces because it moved along, right? You might have jobs, opportunities that might come your way and you don't get them, right? Because a lot of times you just are not ready and prepared for it. So we got to use the same analogy when it comes to our husbands, that you weren't ready, but you know what? I'm going to be ready. Now, that does not mean you out here just thirsty and every move you make is for a man. So please, y'all, don't take it that way. But what I am saying is, if you're a woman who wants to be a wife, you cannot sit at home and think he's just going to find you at home. You cannot sit at home and not work on yourself. You have to do the work. You have to get out there and present yourself to the world, so that way when your husband finds you, you're ready and you're. But he can't find you if you're at home. He can't find you that way. He's not going to want you if you are super aggressive, nasty, mean, just broken, right? Now, listen to this. You can find a man. Don't get me wrong. There is a man who will come in your life and be with you in that season. But again, we're talking about your husband, right? Your husband. That is who you want, right? So we always confuse, well, I got a man and the men always want me. But again, where does it go? You want marriage, but it's never leading to that. And you have to ask yourself, why is that? Is it always they don't want to be married? That can be true, right? Or could it be, you know what? They just didn't want to marry me. That's a sad truth that we got to face sometimes. And you know why? Because I'm not ready. I'm not conducting myself like a wife. I don't speak like a wife. I don't have the mentality of a wife. I am kind of selfish. You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I am kind of selfish. That ain't cool. I got to work on that. That's not healthy. I got to work on that. You know? So when I think about how I'm raising my daughter and her having a sense of care, love, being sensitive, being emotionally intelligent, just not having to spend her 20s trying to figure out how to be a good woman. This is something that's been instilled in her, how to be a good person, right? Because again, I want my babies to be married. I want my daughter to have a good husband to take care of her, that she can love, that they can build a family with. That's what I want for my kids, for my son as well. You know? Now, hear me clearly. You have to be mindful that what you put out is what you attract. So ladies, if you're saying you want to be someone's wife, you got to look at, what am I putting out, and why do I keep attracting the same men who don't want to get married? Why do I keep attracting those same men who are not serious? Why do I keep attracting the same men who keep playing in my face? Something about me says, they're not taking me serious. What am I putting out? What am I giving? What is it giving? You know what I'm saying? What is it giving that you have not yet found your husband? You are sitting there saying, why am I not married? I want to be married. But there's something that you have to continue to work on. There are things that you have to continue to work on. Now again, sometimes it can feel like it's never going to happen for you. It can feel that way depending upon age. Life is happening. Times are moving fast. I get it. But at the core, you cannot think that you can just get whatever you want and not be prepared for it, because it'll come and it will go real fast. And that's what we don't. We want to have marriages, that can last, that we are both ready for. We're not perfect. Hear me. We're not perfect. We're not perfect at all, but we're ready and we're committed. And even a skill, let me give y'all this final gem. Things like teaching your children to not give up when things get rough, that's something that is valuable, especially with marriage. If you're somebody who gets to give up whenever you feel like it, you don't follow through, teach. That's important. That's a very important thing, that you have to be someone who can work through the hard times. If it get a little bit challenging, okay, it's a little tough. I'm going to keep moving though. I ain't going to give up. I'm not going to give up. I'm not. So please keep that in mind, ladies. Be mindful. Ask yourself, what kind of wife do I want to be? What kind of woman do I want to be? And then you got to sit with yourself and ask yourself that hard question. The woman that I want to be, am I her? Here's some homework. Grab your pencil and paper. Write down some things that the woman that you want to be. Really? Anyway, as I was saying, here's some homework. Grab a pencil and pen, Anyway, as I was saying, grab you a paper and a pen. This is some real work you want to do, to honestly write down the characteristics of a wife that you believe a good wife would carry, how she would behave, how she would act, how she would carry herself, how she would dress, all those things. And then ask yourself, do I embody those things? Am I there yet? Maybe I got to work on this. I got to work on that. Be honest, okay? Be honest when you do this. It will not be beneficial to you if you sit there and you lie to yourself, because you know what? If you lie, you'll never get there. This is just between you and yourself. Just you and yourself. Be honest and watch things start to change, because now you're taking accountability that I am kind of selfish, that I need to be more compassionate, that I do need to be more loving, that I do give up easy, that I am afraid of commitment. Heal, do the work, and doors will open, and Someday the door will open when your husband walks right on in, y'all bump into each other, and boom, magic happens from there. So that's just something I want to just give the girls some hope that it takes work, it takes time, it does, and you'll get there. Okay, so I just want to thank you guys for watching another episode of Just a Girl Talk. Please let me know in the comments, what are some of the qualities that you think a good wife should possess? Let me know what y'all think. And please, again, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next episode. See y'all. Bye.